Kenya at the Island Hub at hashtag SARS breakfast. Hashtag the Island Hub. You can find us well. That is at www.sciencep.co.ke. Without further ado, Asim Adongo, kindly introduce yourself. I'm trying to adhere to the terms and conditions of your name, yeah?
Oh, good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Anna.
How have you been since last you were here and since the festival?
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
A good experience nonetheless.
Mm,
I'm happy to be back here.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been very exhausting, straining, but very rewarding.
Mm.
Yeah.
Last February.
Yeah.
Interesting. For somebody who did not participate or attend in the festival, I know they should feel bad, but
Oh, yeah, absolutely
but let us be kind to them. Paint a picture how the festival went down.
Well, we started the festival on a very light note.
Mm.
We were talking to a couple of writers at a station at Baraza Media Lab.
Yeah.
Where we're just telling them we had a trainer coming to talk to them about how to build from memory.
Mm.
And then we went now into the main festival, which was happening on the 26th and 27th of February.
Yeah.
At the National Museums of Kenya.
Mm.
Where we had this incredible convergence of people, keepers of African culture,
Yeah.
that's what I'd like to call them. Journalists, think content creators, think innovators, and industry leaders.
Yeah.
Yes, so we had them coming and talk about the potential of African media and how we can shape the future of African media.
Yeah. You see that is sort of an overview, but now let us go to your personal favorites. I know you are the organizer, so you might not really want to pick out that, by the way, this particular activity or this particular segment stood out for me.
Yeah.
But what really stood out for you? And if you don't mind, just give us a little bit details, because I know a couple of friends who attended and the cocktail part stood out for them.
Oh, great! It did stand out for me too. Yeah, but jokes aside, the thing about being organizing of an event, any event, it's almost like how would I explain it? When you're telling your friend about a movie you've watched, and then you watch it with them. So that's how the experience was. I did get to attend a couple of sessions. My favorite one was, we're currently having all these questions and conversations about AI, but we had someone from Google News Initiative come in and just talk about the tools that are currently there, the challenges that are facing them on their end, and also people in the audience spoke about what the challenges they're facing as well. So, for example, we have this thing on ChatGPT. It's a common tool for AI. Where some of the information you feed it and then it gives you sometimes irrelevant information. But he told us about another tool called Notebook LM, which it just gives you exactly what you're giving it, maybe in a more polished or refined version. So that was very interesting for me. And I did get to attend another very great session, entertaining, educative. A session called Can They See Us? I don't know if you're familiar with that session, but it was quite interesting, and particularly for me because I am a creative in many spheres. Aside from all the work I do that brings in that puts food on the table, I also like to do hair, and I have friends who have albinism, but I have not been able to bestow my gift upon them. So I really
you're about to unleash the dragon.
One of the things we were talking about during the session was the raw unfiltered questions, and I didn't get a chance to ask this, but I don't know what that looks like for people with albinism, and I hope to learn. Not only because it is people with albinism also have hair, also have hair makeup needs,
Yeah.
also need to manicure their nails and things like that. I see you have a very beautiful, beard.
Beard guy. So,
Yeah, so when you go to the barber, what
Yeah.
does that look like? So those are some also very good questions rising up from this conversation. So yeah, those were some of my favorites.
Yeah, interesting. And speaking about AI, because AI really, AI we're finding ourselves at a very interesting point of view. Because when you are being told journalism, then you are told that when you publish a story, then you have to attribute where the people that you quoted or that you referenced in your story. And one of the most ethical things that people are supposed to do is to just be honest and say, by the way, this text, yes, I had some idea, but AI helped me build it or polish it further. But rarely will you find people admitting that this is AI generated content. And I think then the question of ethics really comes in how journalists would be practicing and using AI, and also practicing their journalistic abilities. So it's really interesting. I missed that particular part, but I would have really found interest in it.
Okay.
Yeah, to sort of now go deeper, do you believe that the objectives of the festival were met? And from that angle, what were some of the objectives that you think you were able to meet by the end of the festival?
Yeah, so one of the themes that kept sticking out throughout the festival was the ownership of African media, and questions like who owns the media, who funds the media, and these things arise in some aspects like we see the influence of foreign capital in our newsrooms. We see, the interference of government agencies, some policies, press freedom. It's I cannot believe I'm saying this in 2025, but press freedom is at one of its lowest, points. So those were some of the things that we were discussing, and in as much as we're not having, we're not providing immediate solutions in these discussions, just having that space where we can go deep into these topics and ask critical questions. I feel like that objective was achieved, and the other one would be just to spark, cross-disciplinary collaborations. And this is something that we cannot ignore, because in whatever creative journey you take, there's so much interconnectedness, in media. A good example would be just this newsroom, this studio. You cannot just say, okay, I'm a journalist, I'm just going to sit here and be a good journalist. We have people who do the lighting, we have people who do the producing, the directing, we have our sign language interpreter. So those are some of the things that we cannot ignore. We simply have to have conversations about it. Like, how, if you're a podcaster, let's say, for example, what are the best mics that I can afford on a budget? How do I set up my studio in a way that my sound is, good quality, things like that. So that objective was achieved, and also just having an avenue to go beyond the festival.
All right, going beyond the festival, then we're gonna take a break and come back and talk about definitely you were very big at the festival. You were very big at on feedback. I want you to talk to us about what were people saying. Now you've told us what you think, but what were people really telling you in terms of what needs to be done better, or what exactly did you do better? And of course, we're gonna do a comparison. This was a third edition, comparing with the first and second edition. How did the third edition play out? And if you might have any questions, pass them our way, and we'll tackle them once we come back from the break. Keep it science.